This word of greetings is to all our Trojan warriors who wrote their testimonies in our book, Trojan Warriors, with a view to encourage you all in the Lord. Please share this with all those who you know and send my word of greetings. You may be aware that gradually some of you have been released from prison. And when I was with you in 2002, we shared the good news of William Ola Polc, who was released in August 2002, and him going back to Baguio, his own city, and working to preach the gospel to his family, relatives, including those in the jails of Baguio and Benguet district jails. William, praise be to God, has continued his calling, establishing many churches and a theological school in Baguio. Andy Dolin, as you know, was a senior pastor and teacher in NBPTI in New Bilibid Prison. He has returned to his own city and continued the good work he has been called to, and more recently, Enrico Red Dizon has been released after some 30 years and has returned to Pampanga to preach and teach the gospel to all where he can. In the UK, my experience is sad, as on my return from the Philippines in 2004 or 5, I was told I would not be accepted as the member of a gospel standard church anywhere in the UK due to my doctrinal views. Not that this pastor had any authority to make such a statement. Also, I was ignored by another gospel standard pastor when I asked if I would be considered as a suitable applicant for church membership. For many years since, I have continued as the sole remaining member of Bierton Particular Baptist Church, as all the other church members of the Bierton Church died whilst I was with you in the Philippines, and I've devoted myself to writing and publishing biblical teachings and videos, making them available freely until recently, when I went out of my way to attend a local Baptist church near my home, and attended the meetings for over a year. I asked the pastor if there was any reason why I would not be accepted as a member, provided I made an application. The answer was that there was no reason why I would not be considered as a suitable applicant. However, becoming a member of a church is a serious privilege and responsibility. But in this day and age, we should be diligent when we are about the Master's business. I have discovered there is lacking a true sense of the biblical teaching concerning the nature of a gospel church, and very few pastors, from my limited experience, understand the doctrines of grace, nor their function and responsibilities of themselves and of their church members. For this reason, I have taken time to pass on to you all and gradually remind you of what the Bible has to say concerning the nature of a gospel church and how we are to conduct ourselves. This is something William Polc has had to do upon his release, and when the church at Baguio grew and other churches were affiliated, something I've asked him to do, which was to document in the form of a field manual, gained from his experience of working with Christians in and out of the church. It is my wish that this series of my personal readings will be of great help to you all. Please take time to listen and study the subject, as I believe it will prove very valuable to all as you seek the Lord. The first in this series is my readings on the nature of a gospel church, taken from Dr. John Gill's Body of Practical Divinity, Book 2, Chapter 2. The whole book is available upon request from me as a PDF and audio reading. To you all, in the dear name of our Lord Jesus Christ, praying for your growth in grace and the knowledge of the Lord himself.